Everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Living to Learn. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, I want to say first and foremost, thank you for taking the time to do so. Also want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. If you go into the description of these videos, you'll see my Instagram and TikTok handle where you can follow me there at Live to Learn Coaching. Also, there's 3 opportunities to donate financially to support my channel. And so if that's something that you want to do, hey, I'm up for it. It helps. But if not, no problem. A subscribe, a like, a share, a comment. Hey, those things mean a lot as well. So thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed. Thank you for those of you who have donated financially previously to my channel. I really appreciate it. So we were talking last week about, feeling like giving up. What are we doing? How do we combat that? And most importantly, how do we own those feelings, right? How do we, instead of being in denial, how do we say, okay, well, this is how I'm feeling? It's very human. It's very natural to go through periods of doubt, of just not feeling up to it, not feeling motivated. That happened a lot last week for myself. Been challenging myself to get up early, work out. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not easy to change your life. So I have to remind myself this is just a daily thing. It's daily. Like just get up. Just get up. Just go, get out of the house, get to that gym. And you know what? Some days you're going to push yourself harder than others, but you know what? You made it, right? These are the talks that I have with myself, and I would encourage you, if you're going to, when we do communicate with ourselves, 'cause I feel like we talk to ourselves a lot, make sure that that's messaging that's helpful. It's productive. It's positive. My buddy Hector used to tell me, think about if someone were to talk to you that way, how would you respond, right? And we think about that like, what I say, if someone said this to me, maybe you're talking to your spouse or your partner or someone close to you, your child, and you have to think to yourself like, well, if somebody said what I'm about to say, or if somebody said what I just said to me, how would I respond? And it's kind of the same way when we're talking to ourselves, right? We got to give ourselves grace as well. Like, hey, what's my mind? What am I saying to myself? How am I talking to myself right now? The way I'm talking to myself right now, if somebody were to talk to me that way, how would I respond? Would this be good? Would it go good? And sometimes you got to be honest and say, no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be beneficial if somebody were to come and talk to me like that. Like it wouldn't end well. So why am I talking to myself that way, right? And so we get in. It's kind of a tangled mess, but it's a tangled mess that we can all relate to. Just diving into feelings, diving into what happens when I start to feel a certain way. What's the conversation in my mind like when I start to go this route? And one thing I want to say, and again, this video really is more specifically toward just resisting the urge to give in, to give up, to quit, to stop. Remember, it's going to be different, right? You're going to have good days and bad days. Watch professional sports. You can have a team that's killing it. They're playing great. And then one game, they just don't get it done. Doesn't mean they're a terrible team. It just means they had a bad game. And that's life. That happens, right? We could be committed. We can be strong. We could be a great example of what it means to work hard, to always put out. And we're going to have our days where we just barely showed up, or we didn't, or we gave in, or we just, we went back to bed, or whatever it looks like. But listen, one thing that we definitely need to do, and I've talked about this on other videos, is we definitely need to celebrate small wins and achievements along the way. So, for instance, I'll give you an example. Last Friday, woke up, I was just tired, I was sluggish, did not want to go to the gym. I got there, started warming up, and still just I didn't feel motivated, right? So I started lifting, still the motivation's still out there. I'm just like, I don't feel like being here. I don't want to do this today. But I did it. I stuck it out. right? trying to get my diet in order, trying to figure out the balance of things. Sometimes I fail miserably there, but I'm still doing it. Now, what do I do instead of? So I celebrate the fact that, number one, I got up. I still woke up this, on that day it was about 3:45. Hey, I got up. I came. Didn't feel like doing it, but I did it anyway. What else did I celebrate? Oh, when I got home, I journaled, right? I put in a journal entry. That's another discipline, another habit I'm trying to form. And I'm telling you, the journaling thing, and I know I made a series about this last week, or 2 weeks ago, but man, it's been helpful. It's you'll be surprised what comes out, right? When you sit down and you just start to write. How am I feeling right now? What's going through my mind right now? Very therapeutic. So I can celebrate that. Celebrate those wins. I celebrate those achievements. We cannot discount even the smallest progress. It's going to help. I'm telling you, it adds up. It's going to be helpful. It's going to help you in your overall cause of getting to your goal, getting to your end goal. It's not just about that final, that hitting, winning the jackpot. I mean, yes, we want to win. Yes, we want to get to where we're dreaming of, what our goal is. That's me. I have an idea. I know what I want in my mind. I can see it. And that's what I'm pursuing. But I can't just wait till I get there to celebrate. I've got to start to practice celebrating. You ever think about that? You ever think that maybe you need to practice celebrating achievements and wins? I mean, it's funny, right? Because it's like, well, who needs to practice that? I mean, it should come easily. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Not when we're being hard on ourselves. Not when we're beating ourselves up because we didn't do everything perfectly. We didn't do everything exactly, 100% to the T, right? This false perfectionism that really is it's an insecurity that's hiding, but beneath the surface. Being afraid to celebrate ourselves, being afraid to say like, hey, I'm pretty awesome. I'm pretty good at this. I'm going to change. I'm going to reinvent myself. I'm doing it. It's happening right now. Maybe I don't see the full results yet, but it's happening right now. What? Some of us need to practice that, right? So we can resist giving up. We can resist bailing out. I'm telling you, all these little things, it's the little small steps that all add, everything adds up. Like my uncle used to tell me, my Uncle Rolly used to tell me, it's the little things. It's the little details, the minor details, right? I lived with him and it was me, him, and my aunt. And there was one restroom. And what he would do was he would come and tap me on the shoulder. I'd be outside watching TV or something. And he'd be like, nephew, come here. And I'd walk over there and he'd point to the toilet. He didn't put the seat down. Oh, I forgot. Nephew, it's the little details, the little things. He was trying to teach me something. He was trying to teach me that the little things are important. They add up. Maybe it wasn't a big deal. Maybe, you miss one or two, or you forget once or twice, but after a while you keep forgetting. And now you're back into a habit of just completely missing it. So I'm not saying don't hold yourself accountable. I'm not saying, give yourself an out. I'm just saying that when you do something correct, when you did make it through the week and you got up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., you journaled every day, you worked out every day, give yourself a pat on the back. That is going to help us in the long run and in the short game of the daily in and out, the continuous, the discipline, the steps, the things that don't get to shine, right? The process. But without the process, there is no shine. There is no success. There is no celebrating that win. It's just, there's no achieving your goals. And so we can resist. We can resist giving up by celebrating small wins and accomplishments, small achievements. And we might call them small. We might say they're little, but they're really huge. Because what they represent is a different person. They represent a glimpse into a better version of ourselves. So think about that. And that's what I had to share today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your support, and I hope you have a great day.